How you feel about the trade with Stephon Diggs?
I think it was a very good trade. I think the Bills are making some very good off-season moves.
Yeah, I mean, this is the most I done seen them active in this free agents period since I've been alive. I haven't seen them, making trades, and we're picking up,
Trades that feel good.
Yeah,
that you could feel good about.
Great trades that that's going to really help us.
You would make.
Yeah, exactly. I would pull the trigger. I would have made that move, But they're making moves. He got a hell of a gun right now because he's pulling the trigger left and right, bringing in guys all over the place. So they're being very active, and that's a sign in the right direction. Wanting to improve your team so we can compete for Super Bowls. We want to be championship caliber, right, Mr. Mayor?
Absolutely, we want to be championship caliber. We were very close in this last season, and I think we are going to be knocking at the door and right there with the moves the Bills have made.
Indeed. Well, championships start in your mind first, right? And so I think we're thinking like champions. I mean, we played the champion song today, so we are in champion mode.
We're speaking it into existence right
That's
now.
right. We are speaking into existence. So we're speaking also. We also speak in, to the spirit of Western New York, Mr. Mayor. And you know what? It starts from the top. So we want to thank you for being, having that level-headedness and that championship mentality during this tough time that we're in.
Working real hard to make sure that the residents of our community stay safe and healthy, partnering very closely with our county executive, Mark Poloncarz, Governor of the State of New York, Andrew Cuomo. We've also participated in a lot of federal calls, and Harvard and Bloomberg have had calls with mayors all across the country to look at some of the best practices in emergency and crisis management. So we're doing everything that we can do to be prepared to keep the residents of our city safe.
Well, you know what? I'm going to let you. This is second and 7.
Second and 7?
Second and 7.
Second and 7, yes.
So I'm going to turn it over to you, Coach, because I know there's a couple things that you really like to share with the community.
Right.
They want to hear from you right now. So this second down, it's your call. You make the call.
Yeah, we're in a good position. We can run play action. We can run and we can pass. We're in a good situation right here. Second.
You make the call. So what are some of the things that you'd like to share that are not necessarily so sports related?
Well, since this is a WUFO Sports Report, I'm going to talk about what we're doing regarding the coronavirus, and I will call out the plays that are being made that are important for the community to know. As you are aware, Governor Andrew Cuomo ordered 100% of employees to work from home except those delivering essential services. So this is community-wide, designed to stop the spread of the coronavirus. Social distancing, so important. Stopping mass gatherings, so important. We had to shut down our parks to a degree. We want people to go to the park, but passive uses only. So walking, running, staying 6-foot distance from other people. No basketball, and I'm a basketball player, so that kind of hurts. But no contact sports. We see what members of the NBA are going through. One of the greatest players today, Kevin Durant, has the coronavirus. So no basketball, no touch football, no soccer, no contact sports right now in the parks, but we don't want people to go stir crazy.
Right.
So get out, walk in your neighborhood, walk in the park, run in the park.
Okay.
When you see other people, say hello, nod. Don't act like this is Night of the Living Dead or something. We need to still acknowledge each other, speak to each other. We are the city of good neighbors, and we will get through this because we're doing everything that we're supposed to do to get through it. I mentioned essential employees working. Because of that, the city of Buffalo has made all parking free in the city. So you can park at Buffalo Civic auto ramps free of charge, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So if you live downtown, you can park for free. If you are a police officer, firefighter, you work at the holding center downtown, you're working at a pharmacy downtown, you can park for free. All on-street parking is free of charge until further notice in the city of Buffalo. Council President Darius Pridgeon and the City Council has the City Clerk's office continuing to operate. So if there's a death certificate need, a marriage license need, a birth certificate need, you can still call 851-5431 and get that need fulfilled on an appointment only, as needed, emergency basis only. A lot of people have been asking for information and updates. One of the best ways to get information on emergencies, public service announcements, or events is to sign up for Buffalert. People can text Join Buffalert to 30890 to get information on emergencies and emergency information for the city. That's text Join Buffalert to 30890. I also want to thank the hundreds of people who have signed up to be helpful to their neighbors during this emergency. And we have over close to 300 people now that have signed up to be helpful in this emergency, and you can do different things. You can help at some of the food pantries for food for people who are in need. You can pick up prescriptions for our senior citizens. Today, I got a call from Coach Sean McDermott from the Buffalo Bills, offering his help, letting us know that he and his wife want to do whatever they can do to help the Buffalo and Western New York community. So all members of the community are showing their support. It's all hands on deck, and even our Buffalo Bills at the highest levels with Coach Sean McDermott are stepping up to show why we are the city of good neighbors.
Wow, Mr. Mayor, that's one hell of an audible.
That's a call, boy.
I mean, we really got to use another down. No, that's more than the first down. That's like a touchdown. Hey, we giving you full range to change any plays. You don't like that coverage out there, because we know the defense can be a little knuckleheads and want to run to Delaware Park and play basketball. So we got to take those rims down. It's more or less of a precaution, but
it's true. Well, think about it. Mr. Mayor, you brought up Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant actually got it, and he wasn't even playing.
Right.
So you can just get it just going to the Delaware Park with
to prevent all of that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. That's one hell of an audible right there. So we just scored already in 2 plays, Mr. Mayor. I don't know what kind of offense you're running, but we got to go for 2.
Now we got to go for 2. I did want to throw out there, though, Mr. Mayor, with the fact that you've taken away the paying for parking. I've seen some fundraiser initiatives around the world where some meters that weren't no longer kind of being used turned into a donation meter. So although it's free, maybe we could tell citizens still, hey, if you got some change, dump it in, and maybe we could find
color the meter or something. So
yeah,
we can
the meters can now actually help buy ventilators. Right? So, just an idea, because we are the city of good neighbors, and maybe if I park for free, maybe I'll put 50 cents in there, and, it all adds up.
It all adds up, absolutely. Yeah, we got to, it's one Buffalo at the end of the day, right? So this is
speaking of Coach McDermott, you also, Mr. Mayor, brought up Coach McDermott. We can wish him a happy birthday.
He's giving you a call on his birthday.
Come on, this guy's working on his birthday.
So how thoughtful is that for the guy to, to reach out basically on his birthday?
That's
say,
real thoughtful. I didn't even know it was Coach McDermott's birthday.
Yeah.
His only concern was how can he help the community?
Right.
What could he do to be of service to others in the community? And that's also a winning mentality. You know, winners help other people. Winners do things for other people.
Right.
So I like Coach McDermott's mentality. I like not only how he is approaching the off season, but how he's approaching the community need as well. I think we are going to be rough and ready when the season finally starts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's talk about the pickups. I mean, we did cover Diggs, and everyone knows that was
so
a
we
great
got to get our grades from the mayor, right?
Yeah, the breakdown, the Byron Brown breakdown.
That's right.
You have a few more minutes, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, I do. I do have a few more minutes to be with you.
Because you got to check in, because you never know. You can't just assume the mayor got more minutes.
Yeah, you got to make sure. You know, his time is very precious. So you going viral on ESPN.
Come on.
You know, how you feel about
Congratulations.
that? How you feel about that, sir?
Well, you know, we wanted to provide important information on the coronavirus, and also wanted to let people know we are Buffalo strong. We're going to get through this thing.
Right.
So that update I was given was on the day that Tom Brady announced that he was not coming back to the New York to the New England Patriots.
Right.
And just wanted to let the community know, because I knew we were going to be celebrating in Bills Nation. I just wanted to let the Bills Nation know, yes, go ahead and celebrate that Tom is no longer with the New England Patriots. Hopefully, he will no longer be in the AFC East. We know now he's going to the Buccaneers, so he will not be in our division. But when you celebrate, celebrate using the appropriate social distancing. Yep, celebrate at home and
Facebook Live, Instagram Live, Zoom if you got to.
Viral with that, and you know, at the end of the day, it's like the wicked witch of the West, you know, has gone, you know, and now we can just ease on down that road. Now.
Listen, we can't, because Cam Newton is still out there.
Yeah.
And I'm not celebrating until I find out Cam Newton went as far as possible.
We might went from Wizard of Oz to Star Wars now with Darth Vader. Cam Newton shows up in the wing, and I'm going to be tight about that. You got to see.
So I can't get
the mayor on time is precious, so let's go.
So, well, you know, Josh Allen has more weapons now, so I'm not worrying about Cam Newton. I think whoever in the AFC East has to worry about Josh Allen and all of those weapons that the Bills have brought in for him.
Comeback kid. So offense. We did a lot on defense.
A lot of defense.
Right, a lot of defense. And listen, think about it. Remember, we are top 5 defense.
Right. We got to replace those holes.
And here we are working. So let's talk about it. So you want to hit Vernon Butler. Who's he replacing? Like, why did we get Butler?
Got the mayor online. He can't answer that question.
That was for him.
Vernon Butler, Mr. Mayor, replaces Jordan Phillips. What do you think? What's the grade on that?
I think that's a good grade. He's an experienced player. More sacks a year. I like Jordan. He was a good player. I didn't necessarily want to see him go, but Butler brings in experience and the ability to add more sacks to our defense this season.
Absolutely. So now we got Mario Addison coming in replacing, our very own Shaq Lawson. What's the balances, the pros and cons on that one? What's your grade?
I give that a very high grade too, high marks. Shaq Lawson was coming into his own, again, a player that I hate to see go, but his replacement comes in with more experience, and he was 3, 4, 5 more sacks per season than Shaq. So again, I think a good pickup.
Now, another thing that we kind of forgot about because it happened before free agency, the pickup of Josh Norman. What do you think he's going to bring to that defense on the opposite side of Tre'Davious White?
Well, I think he brings, again, experience. He's steady. big playability. He's a hitter. So now those receivers have to be very, very concerned with him back there in the secondary.
Absolutely, and we have been retaining some of our guys in the extension of Jordan Poyer and Quentin Spain. We did add in A.J. Klein and another special teams ace and Tyler McCavich to join that. So what do you think about as a whole, General Manager Brandon Beane and Coach McDermott? What would you grade these acquisitions and the job that these guys done thus far?
I give General Manager Brandon Beane and Coach McDermott, I give them an A. I think they made some real major strategic moves that are going to go a long way for the Bills. I say we are definitely playoff bound, and we hopefully go deep this year into the playoffs, so we could win this whole thing.
Absolutely. It's at Tampa where it started for us before. 30 years later, Project Tampa 2 should be in the works right about now.
How, Mr. Mayor, how are the Palookas doing? I mean, we lost a Sabre season.
Yeah.
We lost a Bandit season. How are they feeling?
Well, they are trying to protect their employees. I think they're doing the right things in terms of saying that they are willing to look out for the financial needs of employees that had to be laid off right now. So this is tough for everybody. This is going to be a major economic hit for our country. Things that we have experienced for a long time are going to change. We're going to go through some tough times, but we're tough people in Buffalo. We'll get through it. But this is a very challenging period. We are untested in what we are going through. What we're seeing now, I don't think has ever happened before. And if it has, it's before all of us have been alive.
Indeed. Well, you know what? In moments like this, leadership matters, and we've watched the news. We're watching the feeds. All our elected leaders are stepping up. The community leaders are stepping up, and so this is a true test of who we are. And I like our chances. So thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, for calling in with the Mayor Brown breakdown, and also we got
to come visit him in his office. We can set this up via podcast or something.
Yeah, well, you know what, everything's Zooming these days. It'd be cool even if we can get a Zoom in, but you know what, we thank you for making time and calling in and making your voice heard. We wish you the best to the family, right?
Thank you.
You're a frontline worker.
Let's get a Zoom in. Let's do it remotely. I'm working remotely like everybody else, but like that song by Future and Drake, "Life is Good," and I'm working on the weekend. Like usual.
Right.
Like usual.
I haven't done my taxes since.
Yeah, I haven't done my taxes. That's true.
And if you don't do your taxes, you're not going to get none of this money that's coming out, I heard.
But you know what? The
Is that true?
In the state, another thing to know, they have pushed back the tax deadline from April 15th to July 15th.
Oh, wow.
So, all of us like Future and Drake and me that haven't done our taxes yet, we're good.
We good. Life is good.
And we hope you stay good, and everyone else in our community, Mr. Mayor, make sure you wash your hands. Okay, stay clean. Social distance is a must for everyone. We appreciate you, Mr. Mayor. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, we got Beezy in the place, man. It's always good when we got a mayor that speaks our language, and he speaks our language. He can relate to the people because he is the people. He never forgets where he comes from. He's very down to earth, very approachable, and we love our Mr. Mayor.
There's no question about it, and you know what? It's fitting that they consider us essential services because that's the kind of message that the people need.
This is why our fans is the champion, because we got guys, we got leaders like that
from the top to the bottom.
From the top to the bottom, and he's always hands-on with everything goes on. He's like an octopus. He has his hands, and everywhere, but he never changes his demeanor. He always stay calm, cool, and collective, and he's down to earth, man.
And his statistics is actually,
we scored in the second down.
Come on, he scored in the second down.
We scored on the second down. We didn't even punt the
Yes,
ball.
Commissioner.
Yo, that was one of the best interviews I've heard. Hats off. Hats off. Hats off.
Yeah, we got the mayor chiming in, man. For those who don't know, he know all about the sports, man.
Man, if there's one thing he knows Buffalo.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he definitely knows Buffalo. I definitely wanted to give him a shout out and tell him about. I was listening to his watching his his speech on television.
Yeah, it was.
But the one thing he said is, "Yo, we are Buffalo strong."
That's right.
Without a doubt.
I mean,
you know what? We got some commercials and we won't be gone long. So stay tuned to the legendary WFO 1080, baby.
We got some strong commercials, baby. Keep it locked.
We're your feel-good station, Power 96.5 and Mix 1080, WUFO. A blend of R&B and your favorite throwbacks.
Hello, my name is Brenda Russell, and I'm a retired Buffalo school teacher. When I was involved in
Tyler might be one of the other calls, though.
#1 personal injury lawyer, John B.